What ho chaps, welcome back to the Crash and Sane Trilogy, where hopefully this will get copyright claimed, content ID claimed by a French orchestra thinking, oh yes, we definitely played our music in this game. What? No, wrong. Today, yes that did happen, today we're going to be starting with Crash 3 Warped.
It's Crash Bandicoot Warped!
Interestingly, never mind. Let's just go, shall we? We've got a couple of hours. It's 4 in the morning. A great time to start streaming. Shaking my head right now. Absolutely not. But let's go. Let's go. The main prerequisite for streaming for me is being awake. And I've met that for once in the last few days, so we're going to do something. Yeah. So Crash 3, the last of the 3 games. We'll see what we have to say. Pick it up immediately after Crash 2.
Free at last.
Spooky.
Uka Uka is free? No, it cannot be. Evil, great evil has come. None have dared fail the great Uka Uka even once. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice. Great Uka Uka! It was that infernal Bandicoot! From deep inside my dental prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience. There is now no other power source left on this planet. I know we've had a few unfortunate setbacks. And failed. But since your bumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time, the great Uka Uka will make sure that you do it right. After many eons, my evil twin brother, Uka Uka, has been freed from his underground prison. Long ago, I locked him there to protect the world from his malice. Now, free once again, he must be stopped.
Got all the Easter eggs in that room. So many Easter eggs. There's the wakeboard, there's Torna, a picture of Torna, a picture of Crash 1.
Uka Uka and Cortex plan to use this time-twisting machine to gather crystals that lay scattered across time. I have brought you here to recover the crystals before they do. To open the time portal, simply stand on a button and then jump into the portal. Good luck.
So quite the setup for story, isn't it? Bit of an evolution for the warp room. Instead it's the time twister. Same idea though, just not quite as much freedom. What am I on about? It's the exact same amount of freedom. You only open the next area when you've collected all the crystals from the previous area. Hello, I can interact with you. Sure. So again, this was the old interact. Why would I want to leave Coco here? Anyway, this wall used to be the old save load wall. Of course, we don't need to do that anymore. This is our warp room. You can see it's all different themes are going on. Bit of an idea of what sort of levels we'll see. I don't know what this is. Maybe this is something as well. Oh, hello. What is this? Now, if I had to guess, I reckon this is going to be future tense. Which we ain't doing yet. So that's new. That wasn't in the original. I don't know if that's an entirely new level, or if it's like a cut content piece like Stormy's End, but it's supposed to be difficult, so we're not doing it yet. Anyway. Well, they changed the sound effect. These don't kill you. They used to go pyoing with this great, like, weird noise to them. Yeah, we can't go in any of these rooms yet. We still have all our standard stuff from Crash 2. Really nothing more. We can't run again, because we don't have that unlocked. And yeah, there's more of a story in this game, but I don't know really if it matters all that much. So these are your little warp rooms, a little bit more compact. You step on a button, opens a thing. The boss of this area is going to be Tiny Tiger, based on the image that we're seeing. He has a crystal, a gem, and a relic to be collected. Once we collect all these things, Crash. I've never seen that animation before. Once we collect all these things, we'll see those objects slide into Crash's possession. So this is Toad Village, level 1.
Crash, crash, crash. Why must you always muck in my mud? Oh, look! I have a mask helping me, too. We will find out which one is more powerful soon enough.
Interesting that it implies that Uka Uka, the evil mask, has been affecting Cortex's plans all along. I wonder if that was like magically written in very nicely and conveniently by Naughty Dog originally, or what, or if they just figured stuff out. Anyway. Yeah! The music's been redone slightly. It's slightly more triumphant sounding. Oh, I like this. We got water, slows you down. We got a chicken, which I can't hit.
See? I'm not a wizard for nothing, you know.
Hello, Kez. What was I saying? Oh, there's a chicken there, we can't hit that. Yet. Don't worry, we'll come back and kill this chicken when we can. But yeah. There's a lot of death animations in this game. A lot of death animations in this game. I want to show them all off. Cheers for the bits, by the way, Kez. I don't know if I even said thanks. Too many things on my mind at this very moment. Tons of death animations. I want to show them all off, but we only have 4 lives, and I don't really want to, like... they're all so brilliant. But I don't really want to lose all my lives to dumb stuff. Not yet, anyway. But we'll see. We'll see what I can show. But apart from that, there's not a whole lot of new stuff. This is new, though. These boxes that sort of swap and change every now and then. If you don't hit those in time, they do just change to a metal box. A metal box that you can't break, and those do count towards your toll. So if you don't get it in time, you forfeit the gem, essentially. So don't do that. Oh, they don't make the same noise. Oh, they go, they used to go, and I found that hilarious as a kid. That's a shame. Bonus platforms? Standard stuff, we're all used to it now. We've watched Crash 2, right? We played Crash 2, we all know what this game does. Oh, they've redone this music as well. Actually, not keen on this one. And an achievement for taking the scenic route. Not that that was really achievement worthy, but there you go. First bonus. I think sometimes when they redo games these days, they really do mess the music up. I remember the Final Fantasy VIII remake? Re-release on PC was kind of not really satisfactory in the musical department. Luckily, you can mod it. PS1 music is way better. Although I'm not going to complain about this stuff. I think it's still good. Oh, get rid of that frog. And there's our crystal for the level. Goats, by the way. Goats. Why are we fighting goats and medieval knights? Well... here's our boxes. It's because we're actually going through time to collect the crystals now. So there's our first gem, first crystal. First level completion. Very simple introduction. I think Crash 3 is one of the easiest of the 3 games. I think between Crash 2 and Crash 3, probably Crash 3 comes out as slightly easier. A bit more accessible, a bit more refined controls, a bit more refined in the levels. The difficulty spikes don't really exist. Also, you can take your masks out into the warp room. There you go. Crash still has his little dance. There we go. And as you can see, if you step on this again, we unlock the time trials, which I'm not going to bother doing because we need the sprint shoes to really maximise that. I mean, I can do it like this, but my god, it's not pleasant on the old thumbs. Yep, there's Toad Village. Ah, and level 2. Good Queen song. Under pressure. Fast kick can get you out of sticky situations. What the hell does that mean? Welcome to the very first Crash Bandicoot underwater level. My control stick sends me up, down, left, right. I have A. My A button, my jump button, I basically have to spam it, and you can fast kick to move a bit faster, and you can spin, which also is pretty fast. I don't think you can hold the A button to move faster. No, you actually have to spam it. Watch out for sharks. You don't want to get messed about with those. Coral. This is important, but not right now because I can't actually do anything with it. Mines. Those are dangerous. Don't get hit by those guys. I believe spinning is faster. Pufferfish. Don't get hit by these guys. They're poisonous. As we learned from The Simpsons, right? The old fugu. We got these spinny plates. Obviously don't hit the electric because it will hurt. Eels. Which really should have got hit by. But sure, I'm quite dumb. I'm not very good at these underwater levels. There's also a mechanic sooner or later to do with these coral things that I'll be able to show you. We've got fans blowing us down here. There's a box there that I almost missed. I think spinning is slightly faster, but it's a bit more uncontrollable, so, you know. Also, it's a little hard to get up these, but not impossible. So if you miss stuff, it's not too bad. Alright, welcome to this thing. This thing is like, I don't know, it sort of moves you along very slowly or very quickly. I forget, does it have a boost? I guess not. Instead of spinning I can now fire missiles, which is interesting, and there we destroyed some coral. So the only way to destroy coral is by having this thing. It also counts as having a mask, and it counts as a mask. In the same way, if I get hit I will lose this thing. Obviously you don't want to lose it, because it's handy to be able to break open coral, right? So, you know, just be careful. Be careful of the shark there that I nearly missed as well. Also, having a ranged attack is nice, obviously. Turning around takes time though, so be careful of that. Also, the hitbox is quite large on this thing, so you gotta be careful there too. And and you can't take them through into these tiny areas. So be careful. Be careful about where you lose these things, and what you expected to be able to get done with them. Now, eels, you can wait for them to come out and then spin them like that. I don't know what the best course of action is, really. So yeah, you see these boxes are actually like blocked in by the coral. You can only get them if you keep these. I don't know what this thing is actually like officially called. This missile launcher scuba thing. I don't know. I just want to take things nice and slow. So that I can get as many boxes as I can. Make sure to get those flashing boxes or whatever they're called as well. Don't miss the old crystal, don't get too distracted. I was getting touched by the rock there. Okay, you can take them through these. And there we go, gem number 2. Done. Underwater level's not my favourite. There's a lot of gimmicks in Crash 3. I would say roughly about the same number in Crash 2 as in Crash 2. Just not a huge fan of the underwater stuff. And they introduced this stuff relatively all quickly in the first warp room, I think. Can I skip this animation? I can't. Alright, level 3. The Orient Express. You notice that Coco's image is shown there. This is not an optional thing. You have to go in there with Coco. Crash gets like tripped up, Coco's in. Another gimmick level. It turns out Coco is the one doing all of the animal riding stuff now. Yes, this is an animal riding level. Like on the Great Wall, I think this is supposed to be. And this time it's a tiger, not a polar bear, even though we saw the polar bear in the introduction to the game. Coco's got standard controls. Look how cute he is. And he just auto runs. I don't remember. He doesn't feel as easily maneuverable as I remember. These barrels, don't hit them, but you can run through them to destroy them. And we've got all kinds of crazy things here. These guys will knock you upstairs if you run into their ramps. Obviously don't get hit by anything. We've got floating boxes as well here. Guys building a wall apparently. Who knows? I believe also the running mechanics. In Crash 2 it was just press it and it had a cooldown. I believe in this game I kinda want to skip that now. I missed a box. I believe in this game you can just hold the button indefinitely. So here we want to actually go up there to get these boxes up here. So yeah, I believe you can just hold the button indefinitely like this, and I think that's the way to get the time trials. There is also a tiny delay on starting the run. Careful of Mr. Stickman as well, by the way. You notice these are the Cortex scientist goons, which is quite funny. There's a tiny delay on starting the run from landing a jump, so be aware of that. Yeah, overall, easy enough level, right? Very difficult to hear the purring, but it's there. Can't get back on Mr. Tiger. And yes, before anyone asks, it is possible to just skip the gem and run past. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't waste your time. Unless you want to. I mean, by all means, it's up to you. I of course want the gems because I want the 108, 105, 108% that this game has to offer. So yeah, 3 levels, 3 different types of level as well. this was the first time we ever got to play as Coco as well. It's Crash 3, and only in these levels. We never ever got to be able to use our own foot like this. Boneyard. Yet again, introducing another gimmick. Second type of gem. I don't remember how to get this one though, so we'll work it out.
Uka Uka and Cortex want tiny get crystals and bring them to big Colosseum in Rome. Crash! Leave them for Tiny, or Crash get crushed!
And yes, there's quite a bit more emphasis on the story and stuff in this game, so you'll find, oh, we need the red gem, okay. You'll find that the enemies, the bosses of each area kind of taunt you a fair bit throughout, which is fun. Ah. You guys remember the boulder levels, right? Now welcome to dinosaur levels. Obviously don't stand in the lava, don't run into these things. Luckily dinosaurs don't like jumping off cliffs. So we get a brief respite. Respite? Whatever. Really didn't feel like I made that jump, but okay. Also be aware of these pterodactyls. They will be important at some point, but I don't remember when. Just not yet. Now then, this level isn't fully just run away. Introduction of TNT to Crash 3, very good. It actually goes back in a traditional direction too. Also this grass slows you down, but you can spin it to break it. I don't believe, these guys, beware of these guys, they kind of rise up at you and like, I don't really remember what they do specifically. They just, let's see. They try and like collapse it on you and drag you under the water, I guess. You can jump on them though. And Nitro is back in this game, of course. Obviously, don't touch it. It's bad. Shall we see if we can slide through? You can slide through. So, there's your option. I don't think I actually spun that guy, but sure, why not? I think you have to jump on their heads. Of course, I might be wrong. It's been a long time, so I don't really remember. Almost a bit of a trick there, but not really. Let's see if there's anything up there. Nope. Very simple, eh? Working on that 99 life achievement. Don't worry, they won't stay around for very long. I don't remember exactly how hard this game gets, but I know it doesn't stay particularly easy. That could have been much meaner than it was. Okay, fair enough. Oh man, one per fruit. One. I also don't remember if Mr. Dinosaur here will actually break all the boxes for us as we go. I'm not willing to risk testing that. I think that counted. I don't know. You got that one too, right? I think. Ooh, there's Nitro there. Let's just run straight into that. Don't miss the gem as well, by the way. And there we go. Job done. We do miss the other clear gem though, but apparently we need a red gem for that, and that is probably in deep trouble, if I remember rightly. The Boneyard. Great name for a level, by the way. Great name for an area in a fantasy setting as well. Okay. I'd say this is a bit of a downgrade of the warp room actually. I liked Crash 2 being able to show you all of the levels all at once, so you could see at a glance without having to step on these buttons and wait for the load if you'd collected everything or not. Alright, making waves. I'm a bit apprehensive about this one. Again, a Coco level. Thwack. And another gimmick. Just have to get to the end to earn the crystal, apparently. I seem to remember that not being the case, but I don't know. So welcome to the jet ski levels. We have right trigger to accelerate and left stick for air tricks. Or you can press the A button. You can't reverse at all. Nope. These boys are actual boys, as in B-O-U-Y. Prevent you from moving that way. We've got pirate ships and cannons and all sorts of good stuff. We also have these. If you fly off them and use the left stick, you can do tricks, and that is important. Also, the controls here are very floaty. That is important for getting boxes that are under the water. If you hold any direction, you will do a trick in said direction, so you can maneuver in midair a little bit. But if I hold, I think it's back. See, I sink a little bit. That gets you boxes that are under the water. Now then, the timing of this, I don't really remember any of the timings. The depth perception on these cannons, all I remember was that it was kind of hard. With these new floatier controls, it's probably still very hard. Let's wait for that seagull to bugger off, because will damages if I run straight into him. And yeah, the crystal is just there. So I don't know what that tooltip was telling us. It was lies, I believe. Oh, careful, these bombs do move a little bit. Oh, you can't really slow down, by the way. So you gotta be a bit careful with how floaty these controls are. Now I'm starting to see what people were complaining about when they redid these controls. I was like, oh, it can't be that hard. It is harder. I wouldn't say hard, but definitely harder. Just gotta be very careful, I guess. Careful of Mr. Roboatsman as well. He will... basically everything in the level will hurt you. So just don't touch any of it. And don't miss the gem either, because that would also be a stupid thing to do. So there we go. Been playing at a pretty slow pace. Within half an hour you've done the first warp room. Seems like a short game, doesn't it? But it's deceptive. I think the levels are overall shorter than they were in Crash 1 and 2. Specifically, Crash 1 has really long levels. Stuff like Sunset Vista taking like 3 or 4 minutes is like, ooh, that's long. Oh yeah, here we go. Welcome back to Crash, and once you've done all 5 of the levels in a warp room, you can no longer go back to them until you beat the boss. In this case, it's Tiny Tiger. So let's do just that, right?
Crash! Coco! Stole the pretty crystals! Tiny, take them back in Gladiator Arena!
Yes, he is trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. I remember this fight being a little bit difficult. Only a little. There's Cortex just hanging out with his... I don't know what you'd call that. It's not really a chaise lounge, is it? Because it's Italian. Yeah, that's Tiny. No longer quite as simple as making him fall. In fact, in this case, we need to run away from him. And he gets his trident stuck in the ground and you can spin him there. 3 hits will kill him. However, he does have this phase where he unleashes the lions. And the screen shake makes this very difficult to see. You can spin these guys, and there are safe spots to stand in, but I don't remember where that safe spot is. And the lions do get a little bit difficult to predict, especially with the screen shake. I'm not a fan of this. That was interesting. The middle there was just really safe. I remember that fight being a lot harder. And he gets pelted with tomatoes, of course. Apparently so do I. I can jump on him too. I didn't know you could do this. Just spinning around for fun. Of course there is an icon there that we're looking at, and I haven't picked up yet, so let's do that. There's the supercharged body slam. A more powerful belly flop, press the A button to jump and then press B at the top of the jump. So we do remember the old body slam, right? This one, it's a little bit less obvious than it used to be. It used to send out shockwaves, now it just sends out this weird silhouette of Crash, right? That does allow us to hit through walls and stuff, and it will allow us to have more radius on the area of effect of the body slam, which isn't useful yet, but it will be at some point. That's the first upgrade. Again, another gimmick of this game. They start giving you upgrades to stuff. So we got that one, and if you know platformers...
Well done, children. By defeating Tiny, you have unlocked the gate to the next time travel area. Go back to the center of this time twister and save your progress if you wish. From there, you will see that the gate to the second time travel area is now open.
Cheers, Aku Aku. I preferred it when you were just this weird tribal masked thing that didn't speak, but okay. I forgot what I was saying. Ah, right, if you played platformers before, and you can think about what we could possibly get in terms of upgrades, you might have some good ideas there. And yeah, you can actually replay the bosses in this game. I don't think you ever could in the original. So, by beating Tiny, we've now opened up the second warp room. So let's go in here. I believe the first level is going to be Hang 'em High? No, it's Gee Whiz. Is Hang 'em High in here? It is. Okay. Now the second boss, you see the icon on the top left has changed a bit? Yeah. He's a freak. He's a freak, let's just say he's a freak and leave it at that. We'll meet him at some point. One of my favourite characters anyway. Alright, Gee Whiz.
Why must you continue to be a thorn in our side?
Who? What? Where was I? Oh, Tiny was a good fellow. He hated everyone and everything, but a good heart nonetheless. Please be more reasonable with my minions next time.
He's not dead, Cortex, he's just incapacitated. Jeez. Makes it sound like I'm some sort of cold-blooded murderer or something. No, I'm just a lunatic Bandicoot running around with no kind of reckless abandon. Speaking of which... Oh. That was interesting. I suddenly sped up. Anyway, these boxes make a return. Obviously Obviously you can only break those by body slamming them with our new body slam technique. Gives some invulnerability and the introduction of the wizards, which apparently just died. They used to take 2 hits, I don't know if they still do. So now you understand why the level was called G-Wiz. Ah, you don't need to body slam these if you have invulnerability. And yeah, I want to show off all these death animations, but they're just... I mean, I want to keep my lives for now. Maybe I'll do it while we've got time trials going on. Careful of these dudes. So these guys shoot these homing missiles at you. You can just jump over them. Yeah, these used to take 2 hits. You used to hit them and then they'd turn naked with just their underwear on, then you'd have to hit them again. Interesting that the hats and staffs have physics though now. That's fun. It's a fun little change that they've made. Well, I preferred them being 2-hit kills. Because as you can see, there's very few enemies in this game that take more than 1 hit to kill. Vulnerability again. Here we go. Sorry, Mr. Wizard. I know, brethren. Feels like I'm doing some sort of... That frog just jumped into that nitro. I've got a death wish, man. What's it doing? Feels like I'm doing something like sacrilegious to my magical brethren in destroying them. Maybe I should really think twice about that or something. Interesting, you can destroy 2 boxes at once. Here we definitely want to do that, because this is a trap. Of course, you see that coming, don't you? Yeah, this... It's more kind of electronic and flute-ish in the music at the moment. It used to be more... I want to say percussive, but that's probably not the right word, because it wasn't very, like, drumish. It wasn't very bangy. I don't know. Just more poppy, I guess. Like, the sound popped a bit more in the original. Unpredictable frogs. Oh, be careful of this dude. Very easy to blow yourself up there. There you go. Gee-whiz. Done. Yeah, the levels don't really have any kind of... The warp rooms, sorry, don't really have any kind of theme to them. Although it looks like they do. You know, we're in the kind of Arabian Nights kind of warp room theme looking area at the moment, but obviously we just had a medieval level. You see what I mean? Very Prince of Persia. But yeah, they don't really carry a running theme throughout them. Speaking of Arabian Nights and all that sort of stuff, hang 'em high. Got a yellow gem to find in here somewhere. I believe it's a death route. Yeah. Finish the secret route for a special gem. I will do my damnedest. I will do my very best to be the best there ever was. I think they've redone the music here too. Is it as good? Ah yes, these guys. Very dangerous guys here. I'll show you the death animations at some point, I promise. But these guys, they will chop your pants off. And I mean that literally. These things are bouncy, so there you go. These guys, I don't know. I want to call this guy Alibaba, but I don't know if that's like unintentionally racist or what, so... I mean, that's my thought process. You can understand what I'm doing. Here we've got these grippy things again. You can do this. I think Crash makes it a bit more explicit that he's protecting himself there. There you go. I want to show you all these death animations at some point. These guys take 2 hits, I remember that. Pot carrying dudes. In fact, I want to show you. If I go to this guy and spin him, he turns... Oh, he's a monkey carrying a pot. Very kind of Indiana Jones sort of inspiration, I guess. And that's him dealt with. However, if you slide into them, you take them out in one shot. I do actually want to be fast here, because of that box. Did not mean to get hit by that. Oh well. See, Aku's just stuck in the ceiling. Bit hard to see where these enemies are in relation to where you're at. Also, when you're spinning and hanging on these, you can't move. If I just hold the button to move, yeah, you can't. Alright, 1 crystal, 1 question mark. 1 love, 1 vision. Do want to be a little bit quick there. 1 fruit, 1 bloody fruit hiding from me. Ah, see here you want to get the TNT, because obviously to blow up that exclamation mark box you need the TNT to do it. And that's some of the puzzle element of those changing boxes. You see, as we get further and further into the game, those things will become slightly more difficult? Yeah, I guess. Might require a little bit more thought than just, ooh, hit the TNT. So yeah, this guy, if you slide into him, it's just an instant kill. You take his feet out from under him. Did not see that dude, actually. Rip. Actually love to slide under that, huh? Ah, yes. You can only take these guys out when they're walking away from you. Apparently if you jump on top of them too, I didn't know. You just take them out in 1 hit. Blow up some nitros. And there's our gem. But where was the secret route? I actually don't remember. I think you find the secret route from entering elsewhere? I don't remember. But yeah, so we've been introduced to the idea of there being a coloured gem, but we don't know how to get it. Not yet. Hog ride. Laser hog? This is a crash only level. You see in the bottom right, Coco's X'd out. This is one of my favourite styles of level, although they get a bit difficult later on in the game, at least from memory. This is a bike race level. I seem to remember that if you hit the accelerator at the right time there, you can get a boost. Controls here are a little bit floaty. Smashing into the cars does make you slow down a significant amount, so don't do that. And these pads speed you up and give you this crazy wheelie effect. And if you hit anything while you're wheeling, then you lose it and you slow down. You want to try to maintain that for as long as you can, and obviously use racing game mechanics to do your best to cut corners and all that stuff to give yourself the most speed. The objective is to win, of course. It's important enough. We got a third thing. We're in third position. We need to come in first to get the crystal. And there is a gem to get in this level too. Same deal with that. Just break all the boxes. And I have done a mistake. I also missed... Oh, I didn't miss any of the boxes. I got the gem. Thought I'd missed one. Yeah, not very many boxes in those levels, but there you go. We exit. Crash is very disappointed because we came second because I hit a police car. Feels bad, man. And we're gonna have to redo that level. Because if you come out without getting anything, you just kind of like flop onto the ground and do a forward roll and Crash looks really disappointed. I actually want to see what what her animation is when we do this. Ah, just falls on her arms. Crash does a full-on face plant, Coco just falls on a bum. What? Let's see if I can get the boost off the line as well. I don't remember when you have to hold the button. Ah, there you go, just before the green. We do a little wheelie that you can't actually hold. This time the focus is on just winning. Speed limit 155. You see the red painted one there on the side. By the way, going up ramps is slower, so you don't want to do that when you're doing a wheelie. So you're already in second place. So we don't want to go up these ramps, it is slower. I guess I'm cutting this corner. I guess... Ooh, you don't want to get hit by this guy in the side because he will slow you down. Also, if you turn too sharply, you start doing a skid. You can't do a skid while you're wheeling, so be careful of that. There we go, easy first. Yes, it is possible to miss the crystal and end the level, and yes, that is very, very silly. So I wouldn't advise it. Unless you just feel like doing that, in which case, you do you guys, you do you. Simple enough, right? I'll go back to Crash though here. Tomb time. Introduction of the Egyptian levels, and...
G'day, mates. Dingodile's the name, and Uka and Cortex gave me orders to bring the crystal to them during the Ice Ages. So give me the goods and shove off, or I'll roast yous.
I bloody love Dingodile. I think he's such a ridiculous character. Like, what is he? Well, he's a dingo, and a crocodile? And he's Australian, of course he is. So yes, welcome to Tomb Time. Welcome to Snack. Great music as well here. Some of the most fun levels here. Also be wary of snapping alligators. Buttons and all kinds of stuff. Some of the most fun levels, also some of the hardest. And ice physics on these things, by the way. Same deal as in Crash 2, but a little bit more controllable. Pressure bands to open things. And these things, so Scarab's bad. Falling platforms, Neo good. Interesting, I thought it was a different bonus theme here. I forget if they start debating me with stuff here. We do want to go up there, by the way. didn't mean to slide, I meant to duck jump. Whoops. So yeah, they didn't really debate me, but made a mistake all the same. Also, no, I don't think it's possible to jump off the bonus platform while it's flying around the bonus level. And if you could, it would be extremely dangerous to do so, because it's quite unpredictable. There we go, that's why we want to go up there. Also, I don't believe, but let's test the theory, you can go forward and backwards here. No, you're stuck in a 2D plane. Which is nice, because they could have very easily just allowed you to move forward and backwards and fall off the level. This makes the platform to the left move. At some point, we're not going to need that. Also, monkeys. I believe there's something to earn from letting these guys throw a lot of dung at you. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, let's just break that. Oh, we can jump on to earn fruit just like the polar bear in Crash 2, except fruit, not lives. I believe there's some sort of achievement to do with these monkeys, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, there's these dudes. See the guy in the background with the lever? He pulls it and this thing comes towards us. Although he just looks at us like, this is my job. I don't care if you get past me, this is my job, dude. Of course, we can just get rid of him. And then we can do that. And activate this as many times as we like. And what would an Egyptian tomb be without some sort of trap? Now then, two ways to get through this. You can jump over, or you can actually use the incredibly sneaky crawling technique. But yeah, you can just jump over them too. Now then, how the hell do we get over there? I wonder if you can actually make that. You can. Apparently we need the purple gem to get through there though, so... Can make that jump. I'm unwilling to test if you can actually make it with just a slide jump. I don't know. But I know that it's sketchy. Ah, right, yes. Speaking of sketchy, I'm actually going to wait here. Get the timing right. There you go. Similarly here, more timing to be done. Just cut it off a little bit though. I love all the hieroglyphics as well. What do you reckon it all means? Or do you reckon it's just garbage? And also you can just jump around these. But I quite like the sliding technique, because you really don't use it very much. Now then, boxes up there. There is one way to get these boxes. That's by using Mr. Pharaoh's help over there. I almost got hit by that. And obviously, Egyptian flamethrowers. Naturally, right? This was a thing that the Egyptians invented. Is it? I don't know. Also, this looks suspicious. I don't know why, but it looks suspicious. Maybe that's the where the path meets up with the purple gem route. And of course we don't have all the boxes. RIP! Looks like you need to go along the purple gem route and then come back to get all the boxes. That's knowledge for later. So, quite a bit of replayability in these levels. We saw that Crash 2 was really, really linear. Crash 3, not so much. If you know where everything is in Crash 2, you can pretty much just go through an entire water and collect everything. Crash 3, you can't do that so easily. Midnight Run, here we go. Another tiger level. Holding around lets Pura smash through certain hazards. Certain hazards, like the barrels, but most of the time nothing else, I don't think. Or I don't think anyway. Also, the tiger's name is Pura. Pura? Pura? That's cute! Urgh. Also, by the way, as if it wasn't obvious, you'd have a lot less control. I missed a box, I want to get back. I want to get back to that. Go back for it. You have a lot less control when you're sprinting on the target. So if you're going for boxes, probably limit your sprinting. There you go, break this. Oh, the old dragon. These guys. Carrying bricks along the wall, of course. They don't make the same noises that they used to. Oh, I'm so sad about that. Up we go. They used to be all like, I missed that bloody box as well. Floating boxes are actually quite hard to see sometimes. There we go, got it that time. Grab this checkers. Let's get ahead of this dude. Under the old dragon. These guys do a little bit of a switch up there. Fun music too. I mean, that's just Crash in a nutshell now. Ah, I missed stuff. I want to hit something new. This guy. Oh, they're boxes. Wow. They're boxes floating around her head. I can't believe that. Hitboxes, man. Apparently difficult. So extremely cute that the tiger just falls into a lap. I can't handle the cuteness. I can't handle it. Oh. Alright, but that's the second warp room done. That was incredibly quick, by the way. Considering this is a casual playthrough, we're an hour into the game. We've already done 10 out of the 25 levels. And I say 25 levels with an asterisk at that point. We'll let Coco have a moment. And then she's gone. Dingodile. Not really had much chance to chat to him or figure out who he is or what he wants or anything. But here we go. Here's Dingodile.
Right. Now you've gone and done it. Them crystals are mine.
His flamethrower damages more than he intends it to. Yes, so I'll show you the intentional way to beat him. He's a penguin. Looking incredibly fluffy. What is he? Alright, I'll show you the intentional way to beat him, and then I'll show you the other way to beat him. So he just aims at you and shoots. What we're trying to do here is open a pathway in to him. You don't have to destroy all of it. Open a pathway in, and also leave a way out. So you need to get out because he does explode and do damage. That's the intentional way to beat him. Here's the other way. I don't know what I actually hit there. Oh. I see what I hit. So those kind of, I don't know what to call them, the orange blobs that he shoots out, they do actually follow you, so you gotta be somewhat quick getting in and out. This is absolutely not intentional, by the way. You shouldn't be able to jump over these, but you can if you know how. There you go, Dingo Down, easy.
No worries. You'll soon be up against much worse.
Much worse, he says. So we can join Mr. Penguin here in great celebration. Love how Dingodale's eyes bulge when the penguin lands on him. We can't make him do that. Also, the music's great here. Let's let you listen to that. Ah, new upgrade. The double jump. A staple of any platformer. The old double jump. I don't know if it's technically better than the slide jump, but you can do both. You can also do a slide spin double jump. So now we've got more height and more distance available to us, meaning that some of those older levels just got even easier now that we've got access to being able to just skip over larger pits and other hazards. Oh, just whacking my hand on something there. Ow, that actually hurt more than I realised. Thanks, self. Alright, and that of course opens up the third warp room. We're at 21%. Also shows all our powers here. This is new UI for this game. I believe it just showed us this stuff in the original. Relics. 47 gems. 5 more gems than the previous game. Let's do a save though, yeah? Alright, next warp room. Ah, that blue dude that we saw introduced in the starting cutscene. Who might that be?
Well, haven't we gotten far for a pair of fuzzy marsupials? I am Dr. Nefarious Tropy, master of time and the creator of the very time twister machine you see before you. Uka Uka and Dr. Cortex have sent me to end this little charade, so you won't be leaving my area with the crystals. I swear it.
Love how his eyes bulge when he says that one thing. I forget exactly what it was. Oh, we need the yellow gem to get the other crystal in this, the other clear gem in this level. Ah, and there's our answer, by the way. Dr. Nefarious Tropy, or Entropy. Get it? Do you get it? That's our big bad guy for this level, this set of levels. Yeah, we can double jump now. And welcome to these weird crash fish. I have no idea what it is. Is this like a dinosaur version of a Bandicoot? Like some sort of evolutionary theory gone wrong? You know, because we crawled out of the oceans, right? Supposedly. As some sort of fish. So this is some sort of odd commentary that Bandicoots also did the same. and for some reason they can spin too. So that's what Crash is famous for, right? Spinning. Yeah, not a lot else to say. Usually yellow gem feels bad, man. Also, another thing, my depth perception is not great. Double jumping is slower. You see the pause in midair when he does it? You can only do it at the height of a jump as well, so if you do a little jump, well, you can do it at the height of a little jump too. But if you wait until you're falling, you can't jump again. Anyway, this is new. You can just ignore it if you like, or you can break it. And welcome to weird budget Yoshi. I don't really know what he's particularly good at other than jumping really high. And you can break boxes just by running into them. Also acts like a mask. And can ignore this grass. So he's basically just an extra hit, for all intents and purposes. I don't know. Kind of irrelevant overall, but it's another gimmick that the game has. And that's fun, right? Also, apparently the devs at Naughty Dog started to really like cute animals. You can only take you so far, by the way. Which is why we see many cute animals introduced in the game. Okay. I hope there was nothing above me. Also, I'm sure I've missed him at some point, because I reckon it was probably in the very first level in Toad Village. There's a character called Fake Crash in these games. I don't really know what to say about him, other than he's like a thing that looks a bit like Crash, but he's not Crash. Question marks. He appears in the background in certain places. By the way, there's a good demonstration of how our radius of the body slam has increased. He appears in the background in certain places, and he's just this weird kind of Easter egg anomaly thing. So, in case you hadn't worked out already, these things in the background telling us what to do. Obviously if I body slam where we would normally do that, we're obviously going to die, so here's another demonstration of our extra range there. A lot of boxes in this level then. Boxes, crates, what do you guys call them? I kind of alternate, but I've gone with boxes for tonight, I suppose. Oh, also these water things, they're kind of like speed pads. I didn't mean to run into that pterodactyl there, but there's a death animation for you guys. We just get abducted by it. Yeah, the difficulty here is being able to see what's coming and react to it quickly. Not particularly easy when they're speed boosting you into the pterodactyls. And we're still missing some boxes. Rip us. I don't remember where they might be or how to get them or anything. My knowledge of Crash 3 is a lot less than Crash 2. But I would say that I played 3 more than 2, so I don't know how that is. I don't know how that works out. There we go, dynamite, done. Deep Trouble has a red gem for us, the first coloured gem that we actually can get. Hiccups, please. Backtrack to find the special gem. What could that mean? Well, hopefully I'll be able to explain. It is of course right at the end of the level and can be failed, so that's why I only hope to be able to explain. Because it's very failable. Now then, this thing can blow up nitros, so I do want to do that to be safe. Also, I want to be checking up and down for hidden boxes and all sorts of stuff. Follow this thing up and around. We can touch the sides of this, by the way, as long as we're not touching the electric bit. I don't know how that works, because that's not how electricity works, but sure. By all means. Here's another thing. Oh, also you can't break these boxes by walking into them, or swimming into them. These vortexes, you don't want to get trapped in them. They do pull you towards them quite violently though, which I just realised. I forgot quite how violently they did that. Whoops. Careful of these. I don't know how these sea lions can move. That seems very strange, but sure, they can. Beware. Literally everything is dangerous in this game. Everything. There we go. There's a couple of nitro there to get. See, in some of these levels, there isn't necessarily a way to break the nitro boxes, so you might need the missile launcher. Specifically, we need to get there somehow. But how? So I want to kill that guy just in case he becomes a nuisance later. But let's get around this. Nope. The controls are a little bit like, if you try and go in a circle, like if I spin the stick, it's not very responsive, as it wouldn't be underwater. Just be careful. Get rid of this guy. This time I'll take my time. No, I won't. I'll go faster. There's another death animation for you. The old Fugu death trick. You can only spin these dudes when they're not puffed up. So be aware. Go, go, go. Now I do want the box gem as well, so I am sort of trying to be careful here. There we go, there's a checkpoint. Checkers. Again, just want to be careful. I think we actually need to keep this thing for a while. So I'm just gonna be a little careful, or at least try to be. I think we killed the extra shark there. Good. I seem to remember this thing being able to go fast, but I don't remember how. Yeah, I kind of want to break these nitro boxes, but oh, I actually did. Okay. Because I don't want to swim into them on the way back, because we do have to backtrack. Right. So we can go in there. We have the crystal, but we're still missing stuff that I want. So back we go, spinning much faster it seems. Can't really go all that fast when you just spam the kick button. Yeah, we need to go a fair bit back. Because that exclamation mark box did something helpful for us. Way back here. Should have killed this eel, so it shouldn't be a problem. Good. This TNT box, you can actually just touch it. That should blow up all the rest and allow us access to this route. luckily, very nicely, they give you a checkpoint there as well, so you don't have to do the backtracking again. Oh, that's Nitro. Spotted that way too late. So begins the infinite loop of dying and only having 33 lives. Yeah, the controls are not... Oof, panicking slightly there. Not super easy. Just being super careful with the stick here. Also bear in mind that these things do suck you in, so you want to get through there relatively quickly. And this looks dangerous. That's fine, let's just go with this. It wasn't fine. It wasn't fine. Our scuba gear is the only thing that remains. Okay, again, let's play very carefully. So going fast, not a good idea. Let's... Maybe it is actually go faster than that? I don't know. Maybe there's a better way to deal with that whole section there. Nope. Being sucked in. Can I break the top? Doesn't seem like I can. Let's try spamming momentum and being as low as we can. Nope. I don't know, Kez. I don't know. It seems really obvious, but it doesn't seem to be all that obvious. Having a mask would make this extremely easy. Turn on no clip. Can I just touch a TNT box? Oh my god. You can just touch the TNT from any side. I forgot that that was a thing. I thought you had to touch it from the top. Today we learned. Oof. Mr. Shark there. We're gonna have to be fast here. And that should be one clear gem, and the first colour gem of the game. PogChamp, we got a red gem. I forget where the route for the red gem was. It was in one of the dino levels, wasn't it? I don't remember. I think what I'll do is go for every colour gem first, and then once we've got all the colour gems, we'll go back and go for all the other gems that we missed. Yeah, been a while since we've had a gem in a level. And a red gem too, eh? High time. Look at that. Red gem there. Bloody purple gem here at high time. I believe this might be the introduction of a death route.
So, you pesky little rats aren't going to back off, eh? Just you continue to gather crystals and see what I do.
Okay. We'll see what we does. See what we does. We will help me. I am the dumb. So, death routes. That means we need to not die. Good luck, eh? Here we have people that are in these windows in the top right that throw out Molotov cocktails, apparently. I believe you can jump over these fires. I believe. But, yeah, you can. It's a bit of a risk that I don't really like taking. But we did anyway, because of reasons, I guess.
Homo sapiens sorcerus irritabilis.
Evie Rainbow Rose. Cheers for the follow. Also a nice name. Combining many things that are excellent. Yeah, let's just play this a little safe. Not too safe. Immediately almost getting killed there. Delicious! Now then, scorpions. Not a big fan of being hit by those, so don't do that. The music is just unbelievably ridiculous. I love it, don't get me wrong. But it's so, like, stereotypical. In a great way. That's something I wanted to point out. I don't believe you can body slam at the top of a double jump. I'm trying it now and it's just like no. So I wonder if you can... Nope, you can't do it. If you double jump, no body slamming for you. Let's just do this. Chew out the fruit. But I'd rather just get the boxes. Now then. Oh god. So the death route's gone now. We're not going to get that. I was literally about to say how much I dislike these platforms because the depth perception on them is really weird. The death route was literally right here. What a shame. Can't make that. I don't know why the depth perception on these platforms are so weird. Also, I believe that these aren't solid, so you can go up underneath them. I just pushed that monkey off a cliff. That feels pretty bad. I'm almost feeling sorry for him. Eesh. Only almost though. It's not that bad. Checkers! Now then, sword throwing dudes. Careful of them. Let's just play it safe, eh? Ah! The old magic carpet man. I believe at some point there's a route to go like back into the background there on one of these levels. I don't remember where it is or what level it might be, just that it exists. Well, we got the box gem. I'm gonna need to redo that for the purple gem though. And I believe we'll do that right now. The time twister. Does this Bandicoot not have pockets? I mean, it's been 3 games. High time. Alright, here we go. Trying again.
Crash, Coco. If you have already retrieved a levels crystal, then you will find a floating clock when you enter for the 2nd time. This floating clock activates time trial mode. Grab it, and the clock will start ticking. Race for the end to get the best time, but beware. Some elements will change.
What does that mean? Also my immersion, and this was the official introduction of time trials in the Crash series. They only came in the third game. So, I mean, we've been doing them since the first game, right? At this point. So it's not like some crazy revelation to us in the Sane Trilogy. But that would have been where the actual introduction to them would have been. So it makes sense that it's still there. I'm not so focused on the boxes this time, but I do want to get them where I can. For lives and such. Jeez. That was super sketchy. I don't like how close you have to get on these handlebars. What do you even call these? They're not really monkey bars. I don't know. These grapply things. I don't like how close you have to get to some of the enemies in them. I'll skip the bonus because there's no point. Oof. That felt sketchy. Get rid of you. I love how these guys throw stuff out their window and then they look behind them to see if they got anything. Anyway, death roots. These platforms only appear if you can get there without dying. And then they usually house some, well, I think they always house important stuff on them. See how nosy they are. Can I do this? Maybe that's the best play. Ah, I think as well dying while you're on the death room does not hurt, does not delete the death room. Yeah, there you go, see. Those mechanics carrying on from Crash 2. Although I believe if I die before I get to the death room, after every death, so if I die to any of those enemies or fall down that pit, then it might delete. I don't actually know. I prefer not to find out. Look at that, we made progress. Oh, I'm the best at this game. Sarcasm aside, the technicalities of that little section were quite confusing. I couldn't tell where I was going to land just there. Also, this music is intense as hell. There we go. One purple gem. That was a relatively easy death route since it is the intentional introduction to them. Also, remember in the third game, originally we never had any of these loading screens or hints and tips or whatever. All we had was the little thing in the warp rooms here on the left, top left, that shows us there was a purple gem there. We never got told how to get them, we just had to work it out. Road Crash. Another good level. Just a box gem and a crystal to get here. And it's another one of them bloody bicycle levels. Bicycle? Motorbike. Bicycle. I was too slow. These do get harder as we go, by the way. There were no pits last time, but there are now. Also, turning is hard. The longer you hold a turn for, or the more intense you make the turn, go for the box gem now, I've just decided, the more intense you make the turn, I did just notice that, the harder it becomes to control because you just slide. Very good. So yeah, I didn't make a comment on what I just saw. Don't worry, I will at some point. Please don't hit me, Mr. Dude. That's quite a hard landing sometimes. Okay, you can preemptively stop the wheelies as well if you let go of the accelerator while you're doing it. Also, going off-road is slow. It does slow you down. And it will stop wheelies as well. Just trying to play this nice and safe and easy. So I want them boxes. Oh, there is a brake. I forgot about that. So you can actually tap the brake while you're holding the accelerator. I didn't know that. We're rally driving now, boys. Left foot braking on a motorbike. Pits, by the way, I don't believe kill you in these levels. I believe they just slow you down, force you to respawn. Anyway, there's a gem. And only the gem. I wish it just put you back to the start and let you retry. But yes, in the first game, that thing that I've not fully talked about yet never happened. It was not obvious. They've added that bird smashing itself into that sign to make it a little bit more obvious what you're supposed to do. But first, I want the crystal. And then we will also do the same thing and smash into that sign. Because if you're paying attention to these levels, right, also never mentions that you can do that in the text there. If you're paying attention to these levels, then you see all these signs and you realise the ones that are common, and then you see that particular sign stands out for a reason, and you go, why is that? That's slow as hell. Please let me go around. I think I might just... So can I just retry? No. See the bird? Watch the bird on the left. Whack. Don't worry, we'll do it at some point. Also, sliding like this is faster than letting off the gas or whatever, but also harder to control, of course. Ripperoo gas? Entropy something or other. Just looking at the billboards now. Re-elect Neocortex. Dingo's Diner. 5-cent sofa. Sofa. Soda. Oh, it's engines gas. Okay. I mean, I'm fully committed to losing this and having to redo this level.
It's
So,
me!
just
It was
looking at
me
stuff.
5 minutes ago, and it'll still be me the next time you look too.
Ah. Jane. Cheers for the host, Jane. Did you not stream tonight? By the way, just for you, you made me do this. I fiddled with Nightbot for long enough and figured out how to make a lurk command, so you can fully lurk now, and it's a thing. I can't believe that. So welcome. We can all thank Jane for me getting off my arse and making a lurk command, which does nothing much fancy, but you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. It exists. Please retry. Yes. He just smashed into my bike. How rude. I kind of want Crash's jacket, you know. I think it's pretty cool, damn it. There goes the immediate time gain we got there. Lost already. It's hard to remember just how these levels used to be. This feels a little bit more difficult than I remember. Just keep the slide going. Ooh. Ooh. It's impressive. Not quite as impressive as playing a rally game, but you know, still fun. Just getting those turns. Do want to hit the speed boost, get ahead of this dude. Get over the pits, of course. This, I believe, we can hold this turn ever so slightly. Not the best, but not the worst. Also, somewhat realistic motorbike physics, in that you have to take time to change direction, which is nice. I like that, I appreciate that. It's a game that really did not need that level of detail, and that's fun. Oh, also holding the turn as long as we can. Those wheelies are hard, man. I mean, I'm way out in first at this point, so I shouldn't be having too much difficulty, I say as I nearly screw it up. There we go. One crystal, yes. Also, we see the boxes in front of us there. This level is actually a loop. So there's a trick to doing the relic in these levels, and that is to just let the dudes get out way out ahead of you in their cars, so that you have no chance at all of crashing into them. But if you are too slow, if you wait around too long at the start for them to get away from you, they will come back and lap you. Now then, there's one more thing in this level. That sign that I've been...
Well, you've crashed a few parties before, but I never expected you to make it this far. If you don't turn back...
I will inflict 1,000 years of suffering on you and the entire universe!
I'm willing to take that risk. But thanks, Uka. Don't worry about it though. We're fine. We're just fine. Alright. Now we don't need to be fast. So what is this? Speeding enforced by Sheriff Neo-Cortex. Speeding enforced? As in, you have to speed? I don't know. Also, I want to show you something. These signs, you can smash into them. And they just sort of slow you down. I mean, obviously you're not supposed to smash into them. But watch the bird on this roadblock. Maybe just gonna follow him in. And this sign is an alien. What does that mean? He's looking very unhappy. We'll smash into that. And get transported? Abducted, perhaps? Oh god, it's hot cocoa. This is the worst level in the game. 70 boxes to get. Where's the exit? Oh, it's there. Just behind those nitros. Right. So this is an open freeform level on the jet ski. There's a number of secret levels in the game. This one's probably the worst one. Because of things like this. Oh, just tapping the button very, very carefully. Okay, again, just want to be careful. The time trial for this stage is just stupid, by the way. It's like 20 seconds or something ridiculous. It's like a stupid time that you would believe is impossible. But you basically just have to get all the boxes really quickly and then get back to here. Or you can cheese it by just smashing your way through the nitro boxes somehow. I believe that's probably the way I'm going to do it when I get around to it. So it's going to be horrible. This is probably my least favourite time trial in the game. It's probably one of my least favourite levels in the game, actually. Right. Okay, we need to go through this direct dead centre. Also, I see all these bombs. God, the hitboxes and things are really sketchy as well. So if you see me being like overly cautious, believe me, I'm not. Alright. There is no break, by the way. Over here we've got a shark. It's looking quite angry. Don't get too close to him because he will attack, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more of these boxes before I hit the checkpoint. Okie doke. Now we'll go for the checkpoint. We're at 23 out of 70 boxes. Jeez. Alright. Solid work there, missing that. As you can see, this level not nearly... Jeez. Not nearly anywhere similar to the previous jet ski level. Super open worldy. Wait, is that the nitro explosion? Aha! That'll make things easier. Although, I imagine, if you're not cheesing this level, then the speedrun route for it must be very interesting to watch, because it's all about routing. Or routing. That makes for some very interesting strategy. Right. We'll actually go ahead and grab these. And then I want that nitro box destroyed, because that'll open up a bunch of stuff for us. Just want to make sure that these bombs don't go in our path. I'm gonna go ahead and hope that not. Okay, we got a whole load of nitro boxes destroyed there. Good, that makes things easier. And I realise that these ramps are all on a line. Very much like, hey, you should come back this way, but I don't feel like it, so I won't. Grab that. This looks sketchy as hell. Is it? No. Never mind. Just paranoid about nothing here. Did I actually get that box? I did. You have to do a trick off that ramp to get that box. It's underwater. Okay, I can just sort of do this here. Alright, next. Now remember, all you have to do to finish the level is break that nitro box thing and then get back. But we're not going to do that. We are going for the box gems after all. So let's do that. We're missing 5 more boxes. Is there something over here? Interestingly, no. Why would you put this here? Just to debate? I guess. Don't worry, I see the box on the left, but I want to save what we've currently got. Just be extra careful here. Okay, we're missing one box, and I believe that was over here. There it is. Because I believe that that was surrounded by nitros. I think. Now then, what's the safest way to get this? I'm gonna do a flip. That was not the answer. I don't know what the safe way of getting that is then. Maybe I can just go up it really slowly? Is that possible? I don't know. Perhaps we had a lost sound on the jet ski there for a second. There is some strategy involved. Careful, Mr. Shark Boy. Oh, missed. All things. You know, part of me thinks that maybe you can go underneath the bombs, but I don't know about that. I guess what I'll do is this. There we go. And where's the exit again? One box gem. And an exit. I didn't see a crystal there at all. Oh right, because secret levels don't have crystals. Okay. Yeah, so earlier on I said, oh, there's 25 levels and there's 47 gems. Yeah, there's more than that. There are secret levels again. Hot cocoa. See, that's a Cortex thing. There's a relic to be gained there somewhere. But then how do we get into hot cocoa normally? I hear nobody asking. What I'm standing on right now is an entrance to a secret warp room. But we haven't unlocked it yet. So bear that in mind. Double header. Sure. Double header. Another medieval level. Another new enemy type. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Two-headed giants. Yeah. Now, they do swing around, so it's hard to jump around them. What you're supposed to do is kind of jump towards their swinging side when they've swung. So the right side, for example, here. Land on the head. That knocks them out. You can also use them to jump off of. That's those guys explained. That was interesting. Don't know if there's anything worth there. Also, you can just avoid them, which is fine too. I don't know how high you need to go around them or whatever, but playing it safe is nice. Oh, that's risky. Make sure to get these when you can, because, you know, you don't want to turn them metal. You know, as much as I love metal, not that much. Not in that way. That'll get that for us, and there's a thing over here that we need to slide under. Interestingly, it didn't break the TNT there. Yeah, if you're too busy paying attention to the stuff like immediately in the foreground, you're gonna miss stuff like this, for example. And then you're gonna be very upset when you have to redo the level. Or just happy about it. I don't know, depends. God, the music's so great. Also, you can jump on these frogs. Which I just missed because I'm super good at this game. And I lament the fact that these wizards still only take one hit. Why did they nerf them? Why did they make them easier? Was that really necessary? Oh well. I spy a lot of boxes over here. I hope there's no TNT under me. Oh, yikes. Ah, yes, you do actually need to go over this. Because I just screwed this up. You need to get over that without hitting the TNT because the bouncy box straight afterwards is required. Like a few seconds afterwards to get the wireframe boxes that don't exist yet. I mean, we all worked that out, but I thought I'd also explain it as well. There you go. I was just mistiming my double jumps there. And that allows us to get this bonus done properly. Be careful not to spin here and detonate the TNT. Okay, job's a good one. It's a proper job, that. Very good. Careful of Mr. Doubleheader here. Also, why two-headed giant dudes? Why that as an enemy type? I think this is the part where you figure out how to jump on them. But of course, if you already know, then you already know, don't you? See you, wizard man. That's no big. We missed a box somewhere. I actually have no idea where that might be. Let's get hit by this goat. And just flipped into nowhere. That pit was actually a bit larger on the right hand side. Where did we miss a box? Well, I bet at some point it's incredibly obvious on the VOD. Not to me. Interesting. Okay, well, we missed a box somewhere. Don't know where it is. With it being one box, there's a good chance that that singular box was actually one of the metal ones that I was talking about missing. that's fine. We can come back to this at some point later. Really my main focus is on getting the colour gems, and then I'll redo all the levels that I've missed stuff in. And there we go, onto entropy. Dr. Entropy. Well, excuse me.
You little vermin are way too stupid to understand what you're getting yourselves into. This time, you've done it!
What have I done? What? I don't understand. His amazing powers come at a price. Yes, he needs to recover, but he does have some amazing powers. If you count orange laser beams as quite amazing. And I do, I guess.
Now you're on my time, you little skunk! Give me the crystals!
Well, I'm not a skunk, dude. So what he does is throw orange things at you. Oh, actually, there's a clock, so I just realised. And it's all just about learning the pattern. And then once he's done, he stupidly creates a way to get over to him. And then you do that. Easy mistake for newer players to do is to try and get back to the platform that they were at originally. Don't do that. Also, you can't spin these clock things, so don't do that either. Music's a bit frantic. Another thing that you can do is get over to him before he's even done these platforms fully. With enough skill, you can make it over. Just slide under this. Blue goes over the top. Blue blocks. Overall, Entropy's quite an easy boss. I mean, he's no Dingo Dial, because there's no like super great cheese you can do for him. Also, if you're too slow, he will just recover. Times up indeed. What does that mean? We actually just killed him. He will recover. Also, the forks on his head, the tuning fork on his head, will damage you if you walk into it, so don't do that. What the hell is this? The Death Tornado Spin. To spin longer and faster or to glide while in the air, press the X button repeatedly. Absolutely. Check that out. As if we needed any more ways to jump. Any more ways to do any kind of crazy stuff. We've got a Death Tornado Spin. And what do you think to that, Wastica? The Death Tornado Spin, which I'm just going to call whatever at this point.
Insignificant morons! By defeating Entropy, you have placed us all in grave danger!
Crash, Coco, you must realize that this time twister machine is very delicate. Without Dr. Entropy's constant care and control, who knows what it will do?
It won't do anything. I mean, that's your fault though, Cortex, for putting Entropy as like the middle boss. So what do you expect, eh? Yeah, the Jump Spin 3000. Zip. It's one of those things that I never really use very well. Because it requires a lot of spam to use, I always just kind of don't. Ah! Engine! Also Sphinxinator. Also I can go back to Tomb Time and get the clear gem and the second gem on that now that I've got the purple one, can't I? But yeah, we need the blue gem for this. Very good. What it does for us though is give us... How sneaky is that? So if you've wondered why I always check behind me in these levels, that's why. It also gives us some invulnerability-ish. Also, yes, we can now make that jump. I'm not going to though. Or am I? I'm thinking about it. Okay, we might as well. No, we won't. welcome to a new enemy type. The sarcophagus that has a mummy in it. Is that the first enemy in the game that does take 2 hits to kill? Also these, I don't know if you're invulnerable while spinning. But obviously, I think you can walk through them when they're up, yeah. Just gotta be careful. Now, I don't know where that left path meets up with this one. Also, if you screw up a jump, you can fix it. And here's another thing you can do. Just infinite time to do stuff. Also this. Just casually gliding over gaps like that. There's no boxes above me. I'm gonna let these nitros get exploded. The one problem with this is that you get so carried away doing this that you end up spinning away all of the wumpa fruits and stuff. Also, traps like this get you more often. I do actually want lives, so I'm gonna get this. We do need a blue gem. Feels bad. We don't have that. Interesting. I love how he just shook me. It was like, that's it. That's the death animation there. So no blue gem. And just realised that you're not completely invincible while doing the spin. That's one way to learn, isn't it? So yeah, you can just walk through those. Whoop, careful. Ah, sneaky. They had a second one drop. Make sure to get every single wumpa fruit for a secret. Just kidding. You don't get anything. Now I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this is not gonna help. But if there's lives in here, I'm gonna go for them. I think you're supposed to do the super hyper jump early. Okay. Here, I believe I want to do this because those TNTs will go through the metal crates. Break this. And you lose out on the life. Obviously you don't want to do that. Bit of a puzzle here. Obviously you don't want to jump directly on the TNT and explode it. So don't body slam that. Remember, you have AoE. It's kind of an unnecessary upgrade really if you ask me, but not a big deal. And then he's in the pit. See ya. I was actually going to close on it. I didn't realise. That's a lot of fruit being destroyed there. Feels bad. If there's something to these guys. I guess it doesn't really matter then. 69 fruit. Nice. I don't know. I seem to remember there being something there. Oh, interesting. We got the box gem. So what's down the other route? I don't know. Maybe you need the blue gem. But then the blue gem was on the main route, so... Let's go find out. New path by earning the blue gem. Oh man, I think Tomb Wader. I'm not mispronouncing that, I don't have a speech impediment there. As much as I struggle to speak because I'm an idiot. Tomb Wader is a thing, is a level. So then, what's this way? That's not how you do that jump. Interesting. I don't know how to make this jump very easily. I think I always struggled with this as a kid because I don't know whether you need to slide double jump or what. It's slide jump, okay. I still have no idea. I could have sworn there's an achievement. I'm going to stop saying that. We're all very aware now. This will be just to open that, right? Yeah, there's 4 lives. So what's this? Really? Isn't this where we were before? So what's the whole point of that? Secondary way to go? I don't know. Maybe it's faster? Maybe it's just for the 4 lives? Maybe I don't know. Okay, Sherbet. How are you doing? I'm mildly confused by a optional path that apparently has nothing there. Here we get to see that animation at least. Oh good, bye bye blimps. There is a box gem. So, another gimmick level. One that we haven't seen yet. Planes. I wonder if I'm inverted. I am going to check. Yes. Invert bazooka aiming. Spoilers. So, welcome. Our objective is to shoot down the blimps for the crystal. Easy peasy, right? I don't know what the controls are though. I can right trigger for a machine gun, and I can do a barrel roll. Also, doing a barrel roll, it's A. It does prevent damage from happening. So you do want to do it. Jeez. I'm pretty sure the old button for it was right trigger, so I'm slightly confused. Oh, these bullets have travel time. Popping those balloons does get you the box. Yeah, it does. Just on a short delay. Whereas popping the box gets you the resulting stuff immediately. So what we're going to do is break all these blimps, break all of these boxes. Make sure not to get hit too much by these dudes. We do have a health percentage at the bottom left. Take too many shots, you will die, and that's bad news. But you can just spam barrel rolls. It does have a bit of a cooldown. Look at that. Look at the downstairs bits. Oh, aiming is not the easiest thing, since bullets have a travel time. There is no benefit to shooting these guys out of the sky, by the way, other than getting them off you for a short time. That's it. There's no stunts you can do, there's no like barrel loops, or like inverted rolls that you can do or anything like that. Just barrel rolls and shooting. How are we doing? 2 more boxes? So yeah, Crash gets a biplane. Coco gets a much better plane, I believe. In fact, if I remember rightly, this was normally a Coco level. I want to be careful here and make sure I get the box gem. And I want to do a decent run on Mr. Blimp. There we go. Easy big targets there. 1 box gem, 1 crystal, and there we go. It's a much more fun level nowadays. It never used to be. It used to be quite difficult. Of course, later on, we're going to encounter much more difficult versions of those levels. At least going off memory, they're much more difficult. I don't know, really. This game's been remarkably easy so far, so we will see. We will see. Bye-bye, blimps. I don't remember doing the time trial for those. Yeah, you see actually in the thumbnail here, you see Coco's plane is actually like quite a bit different. Much more modern and cool. Tell no tales. Ah, dead men tell no tales. You get it? It's a pirate saying, and we're against pirate ships.
So, Crash Bandicoot will meet again. Ooka Ooka and Dr. Cortex want me to teach you a lesson. Well, I made a few modifications to my mechanics since our last encounter. So back off, or be deleted!
Okay. I'm not gonna. But you know. Ah, yes. Another thing in these levels, there's a yellow arrow to tell you where to go. In Hot Cocoa, that doesn't exist. You just gotta work it out. Just see if there's anything behind me. That'll be a negative Ghost Rider. So let's go. Just go. If in doubt, flat out. Wait for the seagull. You don't want to get hit by it. Seagull is the most deadly enemy in the game, apparently. Or at least in this level. Check around here for any boxes we might have missed. That'll be a negative again. Wait a second. Wait. No, that is a bomb. I was wondering if that was another box, but nope. Ah yes, the old swinging pirate anchor guys. I don't know, man. Just go the same direction that they're swinging and it's easy peasy. There's the exit to the right. Obviously we can't get there yet. Just line them up. Watch out for that shark. Ah yes. Extremely tactical commentary here. Oh, careful. Robo dudes are very dangerous. You need to give yourself enough time to get turned around these little islands. And there's no more boxes, so I'm just going to follow this guy around. There's the guy behind me, he's blocking me in. I don't know what his, like, white thing on the back of his boat is. Oh god. Flat out. Okay. Not so bad. Are these sharks blind as well? They've got like really dark eye sockets. It's a strange observation. Maybe that's just me. God, the time trials for these levels are going to be about on the level of the jetpack levels, I think. But probably harder. Mr. Seagull. Relax, man. We need to go back. There's a life underneath me. I guess I'll go for it. All I've got to do is do a trick off this. Never mind. Ignore the life. I'm not getting it. Rip. There's boxes that way. I do need to go that way, but I think this is a dead end, so I'll go left first. Let's have a wander around. This is why you get an arrow in this level, because there's a fair bit going on. Jeez. Alright. Just a short detour there. These flowy controls, I'm not going to get used to these. Okay, they shoot one after the other. That's simple enough. Surprised I didn't mess that up, actually. Ooh. Carefully does it. Actually, how did that guy turn around while rowing both of his oars? That's not how boats work. Uh-oh, uh-oh. If in doubt. This is a one-time thing only. Once you hit these ramps, you're done. So if you miss that, you're screwed. There's no way back. So just be careful on that little section. That should be it. Absolutely. One crystal, one box gem. And hopefully we'll only have to play that level one more time. Was never a fan of the jet ski levels. I mean, they're okay. They're fun because they changed the game around a little. But I just prefer the platforming. Ah, it's behind me. Okay, so what's next? Was that Telltales? That's Bye Bye Blimps. This will be Telltales. Next we've got Future Frenzy and Tomb Wader. Gratuitous references. Also the blue gems in there. You know what? We're going to play Coco for a bit. First of all, Future Frenzy. The future levels. I remember these being a bit hard. But I don't remember why, per se. Oh, great music though. Obviously don't touch orange stuff. Orange stuff is bad. Well, also don't slide into boxes like that. That'll be a mistake. These guys. Remember these guys? A little bit different now. They used to be Cortex's camera things. Now they've got these weird orange abilities, I don't know. I don't know what the orange is supposed to signify either, other than like bad laser stuff. Bad laser, don't get hit. Tons of stuff going on in the background in these levels too. A lot going on. So much so that I haven't actually commented on it. Just too much. What is happening? I just dropped a ton of frames and I don't know why. But hey, sorry about that. Don't know why that happened. Anything up here? Nah. Are we good? One second, let me see if this is fine. I can do this while I'm streaming, right? Yeah. Output. Yeah? Okay. I don't know. Just weird frame drop there. Anyway. Moving on. Don't spin those guys. Also these things. Remember these from Tiny Tiger's levels in Crash 2? Yeah, they make a comeback. Also these incredibly spiky things. Don't try and attack them before they turn off. For obvious reasons. These things, I think you just walk into them and it auto spins you like that. Which can catch you off guard if you're not expecting it. Seems fine now. Thanks, Sherbet. Good. Good. I don't know why that happened. It doesn't happen very often. There you go. Mistakes were made. Also, I just want to point out, since I did just die as Coco and that reminded me, that Coco doesn't really have many death animations. Whereas Crash gets all the fun stuff. Like if I got hit by that orange dude, the orange spiky dude as Crash, it would have deflated him like a balloon. Or popped him like a balloon, I suppose. Agreed. Ah yes. Just run. Just go straight over. It does kind of cut you off sooner than the end of the spin things do though. Which is an interesting little quirk. Oh, also we haven't seen Coco's belly flop animation. Interesting, that's a super one. The kick-ass double front flip for style. Yeah, let's do that. Obviously, the signs in the background telling us exactly what we should be doing. Not exactly making it subtle, are they? I remember this being kind of a pain in the arse to do. Never mind. I think they tightened up the controls quite a lot in the Sane Trilogy, because I remember that being really hard to get. And it doesn't look hard at all, obviously, you just double jump and spin across, right? But yeah, for some reason it was harder back then. At least it felt it. Ah yes, nitro. There might not be a nitro explosive thing in this particular level, because of a certain upgrade that we get later. thought I saw another box I didn't know. Yeah, look at that, we're missing tons of boxes. I wonder where they were, because that is a lot of boxes that I missed. I'll be honest, the only reason I played Coco in that level was because there's an achievement for killing 10 enemies with her spin. With her tornado spin specifically, so you have to have the upgrade as far as I'm aware. But now that I know that we're potentially missing out on Crash's death animations, I'm gonna go back to Crash. Is this the final crystal of this warp room? Jeez. Okay. How long have we been streaming? 2.5 hours? Okay. Into Tomb Wader. A special gem lies at the end of the death route. Indeed. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm specifically going for the death route, but if it's there, it's there. Scarabs! These things, you can spin them to open doors. Remember, Crash can't swim. Here's the gimmick of this level. The water rises. Be aware. Also, these guys. You can't spin them. That's such a great animation. I didn't mean to actually get hit by it, but sure. Why not? I could just walk around him. Obviously there are ways to stay above the water. Oh, you can spin them in the head. These guys, I don't believe they're dangerous. Yeah, they just kind of shield you away. Obviously you can't spin them. They're just a devolved version of the guys in the future levels in Crash 2. Remember the shield dudes that knocked me off like 150 times? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. This, I don't know what we want to do here. I'm willing to bet that we need these boxes first, though. Yeah, look at that. Cheeky. Very cheeky. Bip. And there we go. Boxes complete. Jolly good. Jolly good. Fine job, chaps. Alright. I kinda wanna wait for the water there. That just felt not safe. Also, cool as hell, boxes float. Of course they do. So if you're speedrunning, you can use them to actually get across these gaps. That is extraordinarily sketchy, but you can do it. Also, you can see the water line is like right here. Details, man. So many details in these games. Ooh, that was close. There's a life there. Huh. Death route. Should I do the death room? Sure, why not? Why not? Bring on the best music again. I'm just gonna take this slow. Oh, that was close. I just kind of blindly jumped for that. Thought, yeah, I'll probably make it. Lucky me, I did. The floating is quite handy, as it turns out. Oh, I didn't even get that. Remember to actually open the door before you go for it, right? Open the door, get on the floor. I've already got the dinosaur. Rock the door. Fuck it. We got the gem now, so sure. Still have the gem? Yes, we do. Don't know what that did, but it's probably helpful. Also, I think I hit my head on the top of the door, which is why I lost my mask earlier. Which is a bit of a strange thing to have happen, but sure, why not? See you, buddy. These scarabs are huge, by the way. Absolutely terrifying things. I'm not particularly good with bugs and insects at the best of times, but those things? No thanks. The one problem I can say that there is with the super spin is that landing is sometimes a little bit difficult. If you want to land like right now and you're in the middle of a super spin, there really isn't a particularly easy way of doing that. Beware TNT. So I don't have to think about it. Alright, next. I'd stop pressing the button there. Way before that. We missed one box. Crap, I don't know where that was. Alright, moving on. I'm pretty sure it was like a wireframe box that we probably missed. Or just one box that was up in the ceiling somewhere. That's very much a thing that I remember from that level anyway. Anyway, Tomb Raider, done. Hey, interesting that we got the blue gem, not the box gem. And now then, Dr. Engine. I would say one of the harder bosses, but definitely one of the cooler bosses. And we don't get to play as Crash. No sir.
So, you want to go a few rounds? When this is over, we'll see who is obsolete.
We sure will. Dodging keeps you safe but makes it harder to aim. That was actually the exact same tooltip that they used for the previous version of Dr. Engine. But yeah, what the hell is this? I'm gonna say nothing. other than blow stuff up. Not the easiest thing to aim, by the way. So, extraordinarily damaging. I don't think I can hit that orange bit. The idea, by the way, is that you just shoot the orange objects. And that's it. It does damage to him. I don't know if I can shoot that one in the middle there. I think I can. The more bits you blow up, the easier this gets. So he's got a lot of health bars. Getting a very violent rumble every time I blow one of these bits up. Also, those rockets do home in on you. Luckily we've got health bars though, so this is not too bad. Alright, that's phase 1 done. Big old Nexu engine. Welcome to phase 2. A giant tiger cannon. What? Yeah, the aiming reticle, by the way, isn't perfectly accurate. What I want to get rid of is this thing at the bottom, because it shoots mines. The mine shots are kind of more annoying to dodge. Rockets are kind of fine, because you can destroy them, whereas these other things down here, you can't destroy the things that they shoot, like weird lasers. You just gotta dodge them. Also, our tiger friend is helping us as well. Every now and then he shoots a green blast as well, which does a fair bit of damage, it looks like. Alright, engine, done. And now we have a fruit bazooka, because of course we do. Hold what? Left trigger, and then fire with B. Yeah, that used to be a hell of a lot more difficult. 83% health at the end of that. Apparently I aced it. Go figure. I think they've almost definitely made that easier. I'm willing to bet that.
It's funny how history repeats itself.
It is.
Yet again, Engine has failed to defeat you.
What? For this we must destroy you!
Oh, my aching head. I'm not feeling myself these days. So the end is in sight. Gather another 5 crystals, and again you will have foiled my plan. Or will you?
Or will we? Maybe his plan is for us to collect the crystals again. Did we consider that? Who knows? So yeah, the final warp room is unlocked. I don't know how I want to space this out. Let's think. Oh, first of all, bazooka. I can't use it here because left trigger does save load. I can't show you the bazooka. We'll do that next time. So we're only like 43% done. We have 5 more actual levels, and then 5 more secret levels, well 4 more, and then another secret level, which isn't secret, it's just extra. We've still got 2 colour gems to pick up somewhere. And Cortex to beat. We've got a lot of gems to get and a lot of relics. I think what I'll do is save the last 5 crystals for next time. And then as many of the gems as I can get. And then we'll do a stream where we just try and do all the relics again. No, that won't work. I'll have to do the first few. The thing is though, the more relics you get, the more secret levels you open, I think, is how the secret warp room works. I don't really remember. Oh well. I will say this though, I don't think we're gonna do those last 5 levels tonight. Because it's 6:30 in the morning, we've been going for nearly 3 hours. I think that's a decent place to stop, right? But let's see if there's anybody else on. Like, literally anybody. Is there anybody I follow that's currently online? No. Is there anybody doing Crash that's online? Sorry, I'm just gonna mute the desktop audio for a second so that we don't, like, jump into some random person's stream and hear some weird stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it off for tonight, guys. But thanks for watching and all that. We're gonna go ahead and raid somebody. How about this dude? Sure, why not? Let's see, is this person actually talking? Is he talking? Seems like it. It seems like it. Alright. We're gonna raid this dude, because why not, right? That seems like a fun thing to do. Right guys, raid. Let's do this. I haven't done this in a long time. Off you all pop. Be sure to make that a thing. Cheers very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.